So it can be helpful to have this table for choosing what will be u and v. So if you have a polynomial times by an exponential function, such as this, your polynomial is u and v will be your exponential function. If your polynomial times by the trig, your polynomial is once again u and your v is your trig function. If you have a polynomial times by a log function, then put u as the log function. And if you have an exponential times the trig function, even if you have u as exponential and v as trig, you need to prepare for a loop, because you will be applying it a couple of times until you find an expression for your integral.